Today we will be building a budget magic deck for the same cost as an intro deck. Unlike those intro decks, this deck will not be crap. Unlike other decks that promise to be as cheap as this deck will actually cost the price I'm telling you it's going to cost. I'll even show you where to buy it. Let's begin. Unlike other deck techs, I won't simply be feeding you the TCGplayer.com mid-pricing. That's because, while a card may have a low price at TCGplayer.com, that doesn't mean anyone is going to sell you an entire deck list for that price. In fact, as you can see here, many people who have tried using TCGplayer.com find that once they have found all the cards for their desired deck, they now have no way to purchase them, as TCG Player has mixed them into multiple purchases with several vendors and will not allow you to make some of those purchases. If that's not broken, I don't know what is. Instead of TCG Player, we are going to be using Card Kingdom, although I suppose if you wanted to use Channel Fireball or even Star City Games, those would be fine too. We will be using a larger retailer instead of TCG Player's aggregate system for smaller vendors because we want actual cards. Rather than promises of cards at lower prices, I would rather just pay 25 cents for a common and actually be able to buy said common. Now time to discuss the complex inner workings of the deck. Play cheap flyers, bounce artifacts to negate their drawback, and then profit. Having a pseudo-Delver of Secrets already gives us a leg up over the competition. Of course, instead of playing a package of counterspells and disruption, we'll be playing token generation and ways to pump our creatures to make them even greater threats and pile in that damage even faster. In addition to our cheap flyers and even cheaper artifacts, we will be playing a full play set of Myrsmith, so that every time we cast an artifact, we may pay 1 to put a 1/1 Myr token into play. 4 Banisher Priest, so that we can exile our opponent's annoying creatures. 4 Leonin Relic-Warder, to also exile our opponent's enchantments and artifacts. We'd rather they don't have anything. 2 Inspired Charge, to give our entire team +2/+1 and really swing in with those tokens and flyers. 3 Armored Ascension, to hopefully put on a token so that it can swing in for +1/+1 for every planes we control at the time, plus flying. A 5/5 flying token on turn 4 is nothing to trifle with. And 3 Bonesplitter, a very cheap artifact that will give any of our creatures or tokens +2/+0. Giving +2/+0 to a Glint Hawk or a Kor Skyfisher on turn 3 can really speed up our clock. We will also be running 24 planes, as they are great for casting spells. The final cost of the deck, as of January 9th, 2016, on CardKingdom.com's website comes to $10.14. Even adding $4 for shipping, that's still about the average price of an intro deck. Possibly a bit cheaper if you're buying from Walmart or Target. Buying the deck would only take a matter of minutes. Shipping is usually 3 to 5 days, and the results are far better than any intro deck. I can guarantee it. Glint Hawk Aggro is a deck I've loved to play over the years with my friends casually at the kitchen table, and I hope you'll enjoy it too now that you have the deck list and the site to buy it at. This is Dizzy, giving you real budget decks. Really.